It makes sense, doesn't it? If you want to lose weight fast, all you need to do is really cut down calories, eat way less than what you're used to eating, because ultimately you want to get to your results faster, you want to look good on the beach faster, you want to take your top off and feel confident, you want your results faster, you want to take the shortcut, and that shortcut is, I'm just going to eat less. I'm going to essentially skip breakfast, have a bit of bread for dinner, for lunch, and have a small dinner. I'm just going to take that shortcut. In essence, that's what so many people do, and yet they don't lose weight. Why is that? Why can you cut your calories down so drastically and think, I'm starving myself here? Why am I not losing any weight? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Everybody wants to look better and feel better, and I get it. Being overweight impacts way more than just how you look. It impacts your confidence, it can impact the things that you do or do not do in life. It can actually hold you back from going for a promotion or speaking to that girl or asking important questions. That's ultimately what people want to get away from. They want to feel good, they want to not feel restricted and to feel confident doing things in life, and why wouldn't you? So I can actually speak to this wholeheartedly because I used to be 18 stone, I was really overweight, I struggled with my weight from the vast majority of my life, and it took me so long to just finally click and understand what I was doing wrong all those years. And that's exactly what everyone, and it's specific to grands, this one actually. A lot of grands try this. They give you the advice, just don't eat as much, honey, cut down the calories on that. It worked for me. And grands' age-old wisdom's always good. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be a bit outdated. But how does it work? You think, right, to lose weight, I need to be in a calorie deficit. When I eat less, that's what I'm doing. I'm in a calorie deficit, so why am I not losing weight? I'm obviously eating too much, so then you try and restrict it again. That's not necessarily the case. So what typically happens is someone starts the week really strong on Monday, Tuesday hits, Wednesday, they start to flag, maybe they're eating a wee bit more on the Wednesday, Thursday hits, and then before you know it, it's the weekend, and it's a gradual increase in calories that these people are eating. So even though they might be starting the week off in a deficit, because they're going so extreme, the hunger cravings are too much, the stress response is too much, that they end up overeating and overestimating what they are eating. And it's a subconscious reaction. They might not even be aware of it consciously, that they're, having extra handfuls of crisps or taking extra stuff to work or, whatever it is. And before they know it, that deficit, that small deficit they're trying to be in, or that big deficit they're trying to be in, is blown out the water, and they end up way over maintenance, in a surplus. And that's probably what's happening with a lot of people. Is you think you're in a deficit, and you might well be for 1, 2, or maybe even 3 days, but for the rest of the week, you're up a slight deficit or above maintenance. So the scales balance out evenly, which can give you the illusion of, I'm trying hard, why am I not seeing the results? Because you're not actually in a deficit. To go back to that extreme example, rather than going from 2,000 maintenance, I want to lose weight, and going all the way to 1,200, what you could do to make it a wee bit more easier, a bit more manageable, is to just stick to 1,500 calories to 1,700 calories. You're still going to be in that slight deficit, but it's not going to be as much of a stress on the body. You're not going to be as hungry throughout the day, which means you're going to be more likely to stick to it. So Monday hits, you're at 1,500. Tuesday hits, you're at 1,500. And it's because you're not drastically starving yourself and under-eating, you can stick to that for longer. And even if you kind of go up on the weekend a wee bit, say you're at 1,750 or at maintenance, that deficit through the week is still big enough for you to see noticeable differences and drops in your weight. That's ultimately what's going to keep you moving forward, is sticking to something consistently. I tell my clients, you never got to this situation overnight, therefore it's impossible to try and shortcut it and speed run it and trick the system and try and trick your body, because all you're going to do is sabotage yourself. You're going to get stuck in a binge restrict cycle, and it's going to last forever, and you're never going to get out of it until you do what I'm talking about today, which is essentially smaller deficit. You can last a bit longer on it, and it's not going to trip you up as much, and you can still have room for snacks. You can still allow treats and nights out and takeouts on occasion as well, so long as it's all within that calorie specific to you, of course. Just to summarize, avoid putting yourself in an extreme deficit. You're not going to be able to sustain it long term, which is the key metric for success long term anyway. So if you're finding yourself struggling to do something, assess, reassess, how can I make it easier on myself, and go for that. If you're trying to under-eat and shortcut the system, you're going to end up in this cycle of not losing weight, which can make you think you're in a calorie deficit and not losing weight. Just means you're not in a calorie deficit. If the scale hasn't gone down by the end of the week or day to day, you don't see that kind of fluctuations trending downwards, you're not in a calorie deficit, which means at some point through the week, you're overshooting the mark and undoing the calorie deficits that you are in for the rest of it. Now, I know if you're on this channel watching this video, you're someone who wants to lose weight. And if you want to continue losing weight in a way that's more manageable, sustainable, without the headaches, then go down below, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get frequent videos from myself helping you out on this journey. So if you found this video useful, YouTube's a smart wee bugger and it's going to recommend another video which you will find equally useful right here.